Hello and welcome to Computer Science Tutorials. Today we'll be going over the difference between high and low level programming languages. The high and low levels in programming languages refers to the level of abstraction of the language. To put it into an analogy, in a high level programming language, I could ask you to make some soup without specifying exactly how, and you would know how to do it. However, in a low level programming language, I would have to tell you to go to the fridge, take the carrots and onions out, go and boil them in hot water after having cutting them into pieces, etc, etc. Basically, the lower level you go, the more detail you have to specify. As can be seen by the analogy, the advantages of using high-level programming languages is that things can be done by writing less code, as the computer does the rest for you, saving you the hassle of having to write it all out in machine code. On the other hand, an assembly language is a very low-level language used to interact directly with the CPU. An assembly language does not need a compiler, but only an assembler to translate the code into something the machine can understand. This makes an assembly language powerful because it is closer to the hardware than any other language, but at the same time, it takes many more lines of code to do something when compared to using a higher level language. Nowadays, assembly language is generally not used by programmers, but it is instead used by higher level programming languages once compiled for them to directly access the hardware. Programming something in assembly allows you to be as close to the processor as possible by programming means. Although it may take many more lines of code to get something done, the overall speed of the program is much faster as all instructions are done exactly as you say with no slowdowns due to interpreters and compilers adding in extra checks to your code. We hope you've learned something new, and if you have, make sure to like, and if you haven't, dislike and tell us what we can do to improve. Thank you, and we hope to see you next time.